actually get some. Today I want us to look at the heikin-Ashi candlesticks. Heikin-Ashi candlesticks are very profitable candlesticks. However, these are a bit different from the usual candlesticks that we all know. So the normal candlesticks, okay, the normal candlesticks are probably found of bullish, bearish candlesticks, meaning that if we are having an upward trend, usually the normal candlesticks, it's found of having both candles interacting or within this very trend. But surprisingly, when we are apparently looking at the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, you can easily spot the beginning of the trend, and usually these trends are characterized of only specific candles, meaning that if the trend is going up, you're only going to see only bullish candlesticks, or you're going to see only those particular candles pushing the market upwards. Because when we are talking at the when we are looking at the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, these candlesticks specifically look at the average, or they are formulated out of calculation of the average price of the previous particular candle. So my name is Isma Sewankambo. So from FX Kampala. So let us look at heikin-Ashi candlesticks with a greater details. So heikin-Ashi candlesticks are very easy, and they are definitely can be spotted clearly with different structure of development as compared to the normal candlesticks. First, heikin-Ashi from Japanese translation refers to average, okay, meaning that anything that or something that we're really going to look at, or probably these candlesticks are due to formation from an average format or formula, wherever the case it may be, as we're going to see in this particular video. So heikin-Ashi candlesticks, in this video we're going to see how they work, how you can easily spot, then what are heikin-Ashi candlesticks. Then I'll also create another particular video whereby we actually look at the different strategies that we can use to easily spot our entry, exit, okay, basing with the heikin-Ashi. Because I believe when we look at the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, I believe all of us are going to be realistic with me that they are very easy to use. They are the best tools to use, or they are the best charts to use when we are trading, even though you're not trading with only price action, but using other relative indicators, oscillators, when you are trading on your MT4 or other related trading platforms. So the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, basically I'm going to show you, as you're going to see, they are very easy. They are formulated differently as compared to our normal candles. For those that apparently have looked at the videos we released about candlesticks, the strategy of candlestick trading, this I believe is going to be just a walkover. It's going to be you're going to actually to be perplexed. It's going to sound amazing, because it's really good, it's really nice, it's really easy, and it actually filters the noise out of the market perfectly, and any person can trade out with them because of their because of the way they provide the information, which is quite simple for any interpretation. So let's first see on our chart the best differences, or the best difference between the heikin-Ashi candlestick and the normal candlesticks, and how easier they can be when we are trading. So as you can see, this is our platform. This is the normal chart, okay, and the pair is GBP USD. So when you look at this particular candle, it has got the high, which I denoted by H. It has gotten the opening, since it's a bearish candle. It has gotten the body, okay, that is the red bit, and it's called the body of the particular candle. And we also have the close of this particular candle. Remember, we said bearish candles specifically open up and they do close down. So particularly when you look at this particular candle, it has gotten a low, okay, which is our lower shadow. So when you look at this format, this is something different, okay. This is this is what we usually know. And apparently when it comes to the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, it's now something different. Remember, we said heikin-Ashi means average in Japanese. So we're going to see how particularly the heikin-Ashi candlesticks do form. Okay, because let me first wrap this. I show you something about the heikin-Ashi. So if I rub all of this, possibly there, yeah, this is the normal candlesticks. So let us also look at how the heikin-Ashi also look. So when you look here, before we can reach onto that point, so when you look here, you see this one, the market is coming down, 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 but in between we're actually seeing both bulls and bears, and then somewhere here we see a bearish move, then bullish. You know, everything like it's mixed. Okay, it's mixed. But when it comes to the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, it's the same pair. It's the same pair, but I think you can see this is something that is very easy to trade with. You can easily spot the beginning of the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, or rather the beginning of a particular trend, whether upwards or downwards. Like say for instance, when you look here, it's a super trend. Like even up here, it's a super trend. Hold. Even, oops. Yes, this bullish move, we see heikin-Ashi. Okay, there is this move, it's heikin-Ashi. Okay, they are very easier to spot. Okay, and like you see on this move, they are only heikin-Ashi candlesticks. They are literally very, very, very simple. So someone would really ask me, what's then the general difference? Because me, when I look at the heikin-Ashi, it really seems like it's a normal candlesticks. So let's see what the difference. Before we can come to that point, the heikin-Ashi candlesticks are usually whenever the market is actually going in a particular trend, they usually let's say if the trend is upwards, heikin-Ashi candlesticks usually will have the shadow or the tails upwards, and downwards it will be a flat thing. Okay, so usually trends can be spotted, early trends can be spotted with heikin-Ashi whenever you actually see a very long candle. Okay, if the trend is upwards, this particular candle will only have the upper shadow. Okay, if the trend is going downward, okay, you will see candles particularly having only the shadows, probably only at the bottom point, and at the top it will only be flat. Like let's see this on the chart. Let me first rub all this that I've shown, and I'm going to zoom out such that we can probably have something clear to note. So like when you look at this trend, at the beginning of this particular trend, this one, okay, you can see this long candle with with only shadow at the bottom, followed by the next candle, the next candle, the next candle, the next candle. So we actually also see it when the market is going up. We see that this particular candle, the bottom is flat, but the top has the shadow, followed by the next candle as well. After seeing the heikin-Ashi, usually they're very easier to spot. Why? Because you're only supposed to tell that apparently the candle that I'm seeing only has the bottom and the top. The bottom is flat and the top has a tail. Okay, then you buy, because now you expect the market to go that side. Again, if the flat or the top is flat and the bottom has a wick, then it also means that now it's your high time, you actually sell. So a few things that we should note about the heikin-Ashi before we can come and see how this heikin-Ashi are formed. Okay, probably its high, its bottom, the low and forth. So let's basically heikin-Ashi candlesticks are best and good usually when you're trading futures and also equities, okay, commodities. Okay, these are the best candlesticks to use when you're trading the equities, the commodities, okay, and also probably other tradable assets, but they are well versed, okay, or we see them making a lot of sense when we are trading equities and commodities. And again, when we look at the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, heikin-Ashi candlesticks are formed, okay, basing on the information that is gotten from the previous candle. For instance, when you look at the open of the heikin-Ashi candlesticks, the open is actually calculated basing from the previous data. What do I mean? It means that for us to get the opening of the next candle, we just need to get the average of both the opening and the closure of this previous candle. What do I mean? Meaning that if I'm to get the next heikin-Ashi candle, I need to basically, you're not supposed to do this, but I literally have to illustrate, explain to you what usually happens behind their formations. So for the heikin-Ashi candlestick to form, okay, its opening usually is calculated from the average of the open and close. Then its closure, we actually get still the average of the high, the low, the close, and the opening, meaning that we get the closing price of the previous candle, we get the highest price of this previous candle, we also get the closing, opening, and probably divide them by 2. Okay, so it's as simple as that. You're not supposed to do this, but this is what usually happens behind the curtains. This is what happens with the system. So it's an average of basically the high, the low, the close, and the open for us to actually come up with the close of the heikin-Ashi candlesticks. So it's for one reason, or it's for that reason as to why you will now see this heikin-Ashi flowing bottomwards. It's because they are gotten out of the average. So that's why the Japanese also name them as average. Okay, like I told you, Japanese heikin-Ashi is translated as average. So it's gotten its part, the high, the low, the close is actually the open and the close is actually gotten out of calculating average of the previous candle, and the previous candle is the one that whose data is actually gotten to get the preceding or the following candle. So in that sense, we also ask ourselves then, how do we get the high and the low of the heikin-Ashi or particular individual heikin-Ashi candlesticks? So when you look at the high, we actually compare the high of the previous candle, its open and its close. So we look at these prices, then we actually get something, or we see the highest price is what is determined as the price of then the next candle. So we look at the previous candle. So it's actually the previous candle that formulates, okay, the following candle. So we look at its high, open, and close. Then we can determine the highest value or the maximum price, and then we take that to be as our high of the following candle. Then for this candle that we're apparently getting or formulating, someone would ask me then, how about its low? Its low again is now generated, okay, after us looking at the low, the open, and the close of the previous candle. So we determine the minimum value of all these, and then we hence take this or conclude by taking the one with the lowest or minimum value as our low. So hence seeing how heikin-Ashi candlesticks are formed, because they are highly profitable, they are very easy to spot, okay, and they are very easy to spot, and they are profitable candlesticks, okay. As compared to this, you can definitely now see that heikin-Ashi candlesticks are far better than the usual candlesticks that we know or that we have been trading with, okay. So hence the end of this particular video. But again, if you really want to get a particular strategy, because we can conjunct or we can have or add other indicators on the heikin-Ashi candlesticks to have another or proven or other related trading strategies. Okay, so in the next video that I'll release particularly how you can add the heikin-Ashi on our chart, because we have seen how they look, how they are formulated, and what they are. Okay, then the next video will be on how you can trade with the heikin-Ashi, how do you add them, and then I'll also give you a strategy that you can use when you're trading with the heikin-Ashi candlesticks. Okay, so hope you really find this video. Like, share, subscribe. Okay, if you really want basically a lot more info about FX Kampala, contacting us, website, email, various social media platforms, learning, just go below this particular video. Everything is there. See you. I do sign out. I do wish you a happy good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much. I do sign out. Bye.